regarding like let's say,
Yeah.
do you think is it still possible to land good offer if you don't have a good results?
Okay, let me just open up this. Your question is it possible to land a good role without good results? Hmm. The answer is absolutely yes, right? It is very much possible to land a good role even as a complete beginner. We have an example of that, Joe. You have some experience. Joe had zero experience and he ended up getting a job with a 2K base, right? So it is very doable to get a job even without experience, but then you need to make sure that you cover up for the experience within the interview, within the loom, interview, and role plays, which means that you need to really dial down these three areas to ensure that your experience doesn't feel like a red flag. Because let's talk about it. Do you feel like there are in group interviews, right? Typically, a lot of people show up with experience, right? Let's say 10 people show up that have experience. Do you think the company hires all 10 of them or just one?
Yeah, they hire just one for sure.
Just one. Okay. So why do you think out of 10 people that have experience, all of them have number, let's say all of them have 500k plus. Why do you think the company only hires one and not the remaining? And how do they choose that one specific person?
That's a very good question. Yeah, I would say for sure they are not looking just for numbers.
Yeah?
They are looking only as a who is this guy as a person.
Yeah? Really good, right? Bingo, we're getting somewhere. So, typically, what people look for is number one, can this guy do the job right? Like, can I trust this guy? The way that I would put it
Yeah.
is, can I trust this guy with my DMs? Is this guy trustworthy? Can I put him in
Yeah.
my inbox and he's gonna do a good job, right? Which means you need to showcase that you have the skills, right? How do you do
Yeah.
that? Typically, within interviews, they do ask you a couple of questions to get a sense of your knowledge. For example, they would say something like, "Let's say it's the end of the week, it's Friday, you still haven't been able to get your 5 sets. You still haven't been able to get your 20 sets for the week. You've only gotten 15. You have five more to go. What are you going to do to ensure that by Monday next week you have 5 sets on the calendar?" Right? They might ask you a question like
Yeah.
that. Now you need to answer it and to showcase to them uh, that you have the skills. Now a lot of people would say, "Oh, I would do this, I would do that, I would do this, I would do." The way I would answer this question is be like, I mean, if I'm in the DMs, the possibility of it being the end of the week and me still not being at 20 sets is very unlikely. But hypothetically, let's say if I was unable to get those sets, I would do XYZ. Right? So there's a cockiness in it, if you can feel it. Right? It's like me and not getting enough results, that's impossible. Right? But hypothetically, if that was the case, guess what? I would do X, Y, and Z. And this is where I would slightly add in, I would work the weekends as well. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, number one is, can I trust this guy in terms of skills? Number two is he is he fun? And I know this is very vague, but typically when I'm interviewing people and hiring, a question that I sometimes ask myself is like, is this like a person I would want to work with? Like, does he have like would he be fun to work with maybe? You know? Because again, a lot of people forget that business owners, managers, all of them are fuckheads. Like they all have a life outside of sales. They all like make jokes that would get them in jail for like 12 years. They all have a very solid friend circle. They all do dumb shit on the weekends. They all have their own problems. Like they're humans, right?
Yeah.
But all of a sudden in these interviews, the setters typically try to act so robotic. I would only work and I would do, sirs, you're not a fucking slave. I mean, you're not a slave, right? But it's massive slave energy when you guys show up on the call. Right? Oh, I'm gonna work. Show them you're fun to work with. Show them that you have a personality. And for example, the cockiness that I was telling you about, if someone is like asking that, I would be like, that's not gonna happen if I'm in the DMs. That shows a bit of personality, right? So let's make sure that there's an element of personality added as well within these interviews. The last thing that you wanna ensure that you do within these interviews is addressing the room, right? Addressing the room. Now, typically what happens on these group interviews, Avika, is if they ask you, for example, they ask someone else a question first, like, hey, John, tell me about your experience. John is like, oh, yeah, I've been in sales for like 2 years now. I've done like 2 million cash collection. I work with some really big names, including like X, Y, and Z, and I'm just glad to be here. Now, the interviewer shifts to you and he's like, Ivika, tell me about your experience. Typically, setters would be like, hi, my name is Ivika. I've been here for XYZ, XYZ. No, you need to engage the room, right? The way that I would do that if someone asked me that question, I would be like, hey, John, hey, bro, I'm definitely not as cool as John with the 2 million in cash collection, but I've been in the space for about 6 months now and do you see that transition? I'm
Yeah.
not as cool as John, right, with the 2 million in cash collection, but I've been in the space for 6 months now. That's you
Yeah.
engaging the room, right? Now, these are the things that set you apart. These are the tiny little tweaks that help you get roles and get some really good roles even without experience because you're climbing up and you're trying to make up for it through can I trust this guy showing that you have skills? Number two, is he fun? Number three, addressing the room, right? And sometimes people might ask you, why do you think we should hire you? Right? Why
Yeah.
do you think we should hire you? And a lot of people would start giving them dumb reasons. Like if someone like at the position that I'm at right now, with the types of cash collection and all I have right now, if someone asked me, I would be like, that would be a stupid decision. That's why you should hire me. Like if you don't hire me, that's stupid. You're losing money. A lot of it. A lot of it. So you can either hire some other DM setter, but that's my approach. For someone like you, Aviga, that's a bit, that doesn't have a lot of solid results. Your approach would be slightly different when they ask you why should we go ahead with you. I would say something like, because for the last 6 months, I've done nothing but have had role plays within this specific niche. There's not a single objection, there's not a single situation that I haven't encountered in the role plays that I feel like I would encounter within the role. And for all that matters, man, I'm more than happy to jump on a call with you or jump on with the offer for the next 2 weeks for absolutely free, just to show you what I can do for you guys first so that you guys can hire me.
Mm.
Boom.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Right.
good.
Um, the first role I got ever as an outbound closer, I don't know, a lot of you guys have joined the industry recently. Back 5 years ago, DM setters did not exist. Phone setters did not exist. The only people that existed were inbound closer, outbound closer. That's it. You don't have setters and all that bullshit. And outbound closer was typically just a setter, but he would call these opt-ins and he would close them on the spot. So it was like Wall Street type shit. You would just call them and be like, hey, it's Eunice and XYZ, and you just close them up. Um, but the space has changed a bit, and it's easier than ever. And even back then, I was able to get a role with a company doing 800K a month. We scaled it to 2 million a month, but at the time it was doing 800K a month. And my argument was the fact that I would work with you for free for a month just to show you what I can provide. And I actually did end up working with them for free. I did not get paid. But after that first month, I got like a 2K paycheck. Right? So it ties in to the fact that you believe you are lesser than other people in these interviews. Sometimes, when you hear those big numbers, you're like, fuck. This is messed up. How can I compete with this motherfucker? This is like an Olympic type shit. But I mean, gain some more confidence within your own skills. And the way you're going to gain that confidence is when you implement the systems we teach, when you start having role plays the way that we suggest. That's when you're going to start building up that skill set of like, okay, I can fucking do this. And then you just need to add a bit of personality and not take it as a very formal thing, if that makes sense. Make
Yeah,
sense, bro?
yeah. Maybe two questions to this that you share with me.
Yeah.
So, so you said that this group interview. So, like, you think like that these big companies when they hiring, like, I don't know, when they making like let's say 300K plus, so they only like have a group interview, or like maybe some of them like have like one to one. Because my experience, like in terms of interviews, basically I was having just one group interview in total, but the rest of this interview was basically one versus one.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's group or one-on-one, right? What matters is the fact that you need to learn how you can crush both of them, right? And that's what
Yeah,
we're gonna teach, right? It's
yeah,
it's it's not about is it gonna be group? Nah, it doesn't matter, bro. Throw me in a field with like fucking dogs, and I'm gonna come back alive, right? So it's like you need to learn how you can navigate between the both of them so you don't struggle. What's your other question?
yeah. Yeah, my other question, like you said that you will work for them, like you work for them like for 1 month for free.
Yeah.
Is that mean like for example, basically that you are losing them, losing the money? Like for example, if you don't bring the results, you're basically working for free, and you are still bringing results. Let's say that you are not bringing results, so you're
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
losing
I'm
the
gonna I'm
money
gonna
on the
stop you
table.
there, bro. I'm gonna stop. Why wouldn't you bring in results? I mean,
Yeah,
if the company is doing 300K a month, they have leads coming in every single day, 50 to 100. You know the intent-based setting, you know your systems, you have done a lot of role plays. There's no fucking way you wouldn't be able to bring in any results. And it's not like you're going to be working for completely free. And by the way, a lot of these companies wouldn't ask you to work for completely free. This was like 5 years ago when people would happily exploit you, right? But the space has become a
yeah,
lot more streamlined with the FTC and everything, which means you just need to show them like you know what you know. You need to show them like, hey, bro, I'm gonna prove you the results. I'm just not talk, but I would rather come in, prove you the results so that you can hire me, right? And but yeah, you wouldn't work for free, bro. No, nobody. If they make you work for free, I'm just gonna pay you whatever the commission was.
yeah, makes sense.
For sure, bro. Any other questions, guys? Whether that might be within the offer, outside the offer, just the space overall. We have like 40 minutes, so I want you to make the most out of the session and not just sit there with a quiet face. So let's go ahead. Road to me. We have Road to me joining in. He's a funny guy.
Oh, hey,
Yo, Shane, what's up, bro?
yeah, yeah, the internet is back. So, when I was basically going to the training,
Yeah,
I had some questions, but I realized that as I go further, it's like I'm getting those questions answered.
yeah,
Um, I'm currently at the qualification, and I think it's script or
yep,
something
yep,
like that. And the next part would be like the live conversations.
yep.
So, but now, as I go further along, I'm realizing that I'm getting the questions answered. It's just that now, I'm gonna go over back the first part again and actually like take the notes.
Perfect.
So that's basically where I'm at right now.
Solid, bro. I mean, I've spent a lot of time on this training. It's as good as it gets. Now the so what you're watching right now, Shane. Let me draw this for you. So Shane, the training you're watching right now is gonna set the foundation. So this is what we call the foundational DM setting, right? So this is not our method, but this is the foundation. This teaches you what DM setting is, the basic current situation, what's pain. It kind of sets the foundation. After you've watched this training, bro, what we're gonna do is we're gonna teach you the intent based setting so that you can leverage that on top of the foundation you built and fucking build a massive castle, right? So that's the goal. So once you do end up watching this training, reach out to me again, and we're gonna jump on a call, and I'll walk you over how you can implement intent-based setting within this foundation to actually get a lot of results rather than just sticking with this training. Make sense? Sounds good. Uh, okay, any other questions, guys? Umema, you're on an offer. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I do. Just a second.
Yeah. Bilal. What's up, Bilal?
Hey boss, what's up? I just want to double down on what you said about people on a group interview and like all of them having like the same experience and cash collected and results, whatever. Um, that's actually what I did. Like for the offer I'm on right now with Dennis, it was a group interview with Abhishek and everyone, and he mentioned him being a big football fan. So I immediately resonated with him with that. And even though I didn't show up on the second call, he onboarded me. So I just wanted to double down on what you said, like that actually works. Like I've tried it myself.
Yeah, exactly, man. And what I teach fucking works. I'm not the best in
Yep.
the game for no reason. And it took me a while to accept the fact that I'm the best in the game, but the results are fucking there. A lot of money being made. So if you just follow what I teach, the money should fall through easily. So good job, bro. Good job.
Thanks.
When
Another
was
thing I
Yeah,
wanted to
bro.
ask a question though.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we're having a couple of problems with traction. Like
Okay.
we're rolling out 80 to 100 DMs a day,
Okay.
but we're getting like maybe one or two replies.
Yeah.
Dennis has two businesses. One is Nathaniel's Marketing, which makes like funnels and landing pages and CRM for businesses. And then he has another one called Direct Lead Flow, where he just generates leads for businesses. So his other one, he has a team of setters where he claims that like the our team of setters is much better than theirs,
Yeah.
but they've already booked like 10 calls this week, and we've booked like zero. We're hardly getting replies. So um, he's asked us for advice on how to change scripts, but I mean I have no idea what to do.
For sure, bro. Do you guys have a Facebook group?
We have a Discord group.
Okay. I want you to ask your business owner to create a Facebook group.
Okay.
What sort of leads are you, what sort of like people are you targeting?
For now, the leads are coaches.
Coaches, okay.
But he's kind of trying to scrape more leads and find another niche.
Yeah, bro. So this is what I would recommend you, man. I would recommend you to create a Facebook group, something of something like this, right? So this is our group right now. Um, the way I want you to name it is not the company's name, but your targeted audience, right? So for
Okay,
example, coaches and consultants.
right.
Learn, implement, and scale your businesses to 7K or whatever that is. So when people actually search up it, they can find it, right?
Okay,
The next thing is I want you to be very careful with the about section, what the group is about. This is like you have like the first two lines are the most important, right? You need to make sure when someone reads it, they want to be a part of the group. Make sure it's a free group, there's no pitch, nothing. But
okay,
create this group, and then the people that respond, bro, have them join the group.
okay,
Have them join the group. Now, for example, we have 5 member requests today, and I want you to show like these are the questions I ask. What's your current income as a DM setter where you want to be in 6 months? Right now, I'm at 2 to 3K a month. I'm looking to be above 10K a month. What's your
hmm
email? I collect the email, and then it's the third one is 7 to 12K a month as a DM setter is hard without the right support and guidance. Would you like me or my team to reach out to discuss how we can help you? Yes,
okay,
right? And now, like, bro, I've never chatted with him, by the way. He's not even my friend. I've never even chatted with this guy. Nothing. Just a cold lead that came across the group. Guess what? They joined the group. They raised their hands. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna approve him, and I'm gonna tag him into this post. Your name is tagged in this post because you said yes, bada bada boom. I give them an idea on what's going to be happening. I tell them about my vision. Then I'll reach out to the guy, have a conversation with him, and set him right then and there. Right? So, what I would recommend you, and what I would recommend you to talk to Dennis about, is creating some sort of a group like this, adding these people inside of where, because that would give you at least 2 to 3 people a day, as you can see. And I started this group like yesterday, just
Yep.
raising their hands and being like, we're interested, right? And that would allow you to get a lot more sets and a lot more money. Does that make sense?
Yep.
For sure, bro. If you have any other questions, I'll get back to you in a minute, okay?
Yep.
Sounds good. Ummema Javed, what question do you have? Rotimi, I saw your comment, bro. Thank you. Nice haircut. We both look the same, bro. Ummema, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Because I guess
Yeah.
there's Azan happening.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I just say, yeah. Okay, so basically, I would say the problem, I wouldn't say it's a problem, but the thing is actually that right now I am the only DM setter which is managing Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Okay.
We do have like a manager, but she is out of office and stuff like that. But obviously, everything is on me, right? So I really want to ask like ask her opinion on how I can manage everything perfectly. I mean, I wouldn't say perfectly, but so that I can make the most out of the leads. Because right now it's like I'm jumping from Facebook to ManyChat to TikTok, like here and there within like 15-20 minutes.
Yeah. Really good question. Really good question. And I feel like a lot of the people inside this session are going to learn a few things from this. So, number one, you guys don't have enough data, right? So, you guys lack data. For example, if I ask you, how many outbounds are you getting on TikTok? How many inbounds are you getting on TikTok? How many outbounds are you getting on IG? How many outbounds are you getting on FB? You might have that, but then the details of the conversation that you're having, how many of them are converting from each of these platforms, and what's the close rate from each of these platforms? Do you have all those data? All that data? Not collective, but separately.
So yeah, so we have it collective. We don't have it separately. I would say from I guess this week, the manager, like the new DM manager, she's like, you know what, we'll just track everything separately over every platform.
Yes. Now, the reason I say that is because we have 3 platforms, but there's a very high likelihood that 80% of the closes are definitely coming from just one platform. The other 2 are just there for like the extra 10-20% of closes per month. We like, and
Yeah.
bro, everything is numbers. I want you to write this down for you. Everything is numbers. Everything is maths. Everything is just data. And what gets measured gets improved. Right? Which means you need to track all of your data to make basically informed decisions on what you should be doing and what you should not be doing and what you should be focusing on and what you shouldn't be focusing on. Considering we don't have that, I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions and then help you out a little bit. I mean, how are you managing your time as of right now between the 3 platforms?
So basically, over Facebook, I'm the only one who has the access to it, right?
Okay.
So the volume over Facebook is like very, it's like just up and down, right? So what happens is that it's been like a few days that the volume is a bit low.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm able to focus on IG as well. Me and Danica used to work over IG, but according to everyone and obviously the data that we have, we get almost like all our revenue generated, like most of the revenue generated through Instagram.
Okay.
So I really need to focus on that as well. Knowing that ManyChat is just so overwhelming,
Yeah.
and I rather prefer
I mean, why is it overwhelming?
because it's like I'm getting a lot of leads and I'm just all over the place. Get to say, okay, now
I mean,
have
why
to
are
reply.
you all over the place? What's causing you to be all like describe like what does all over the place mean? Like it could mean a
Because
thousand
I feel like there is a lot of volume over there and I'm unable to manage it. But then I think that
Okay.
what, if I just
Okay.
section my
Again,
time.
I'll just pause you there. Unable to manage it. Unable to manage in terms of like I'm unable to respond to them at times. Unable to manage in terms of I'm unable to tag all of them correctly. Unable to manage as in I'm
Unable
not like
to
what does that
start
mean?
conversations and
Unable to.
just because obviously there are times when the conversation is just left in the middle,
Okay. And
and
why
this
is it
all
left in
is
the middle?
happening.
Is it because you're replying to other leads? Like why is conversation left in the middle?
Yeah, so I would say this is happening because I would say that I'm really investing my time over Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
over Facebook more,
Okay.
and then obviously it's like I'm like, okay, fine, let's just not open any chat, I'll do it tomorrow, and just because of like
Yeah.
tomorrow the leads are piling up.
Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. So I mean laziness. How long have you been facing this?
This month, I guess.
Okay, this one's about like
Because
four
yeah,
fifteen.
because because this was the month where we were having all this
Yeah.
transition. Before that, me and Danica were working in the DMs together. It
Yeah.
was okay.
I mean, yeah, it's been happening for 20 days and it's still not fixed. Which is very bad, which is very bad. Number one, it should have been fixed the moment you got onto it. The longer we
Yeah.
wait, the longer the progress prolongs. Now, this is what I want you to figure out, Umema. Number one, I want you to figure out, can you even handle the lead flow, right? And
Yeah.
there's no element of, because I feel like a lot of the time DM setters are like, you know what, like I'm confused, but I'll try, because I want all the money. No, I genuinely want you to take a minute and just think to yourself, like, hey, with all the amount of leads that are coming through, am I doing the best I can do? Because sometimes, let me explain this to you guys. Sometimes you make more money and you're more effective with 50 leads a day than you are with 100 leads a day, right? Which means more leads do not mean more money for you if you're just all over the place and overwhelmed, right? So you need to ask yourself, okay, can I handle this amount of lead flow? If the answer is no, then logically what makes sense is reaching out to your business owner and being like, hey, I feel like we need another DM setter, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So let me ask you, do you feel like you can handle the lead flow?
I cannot handle the leads over Instagram as for
Okay.
now. But the thing is that they're like, oh, Danica is also managing the DMs over Instagram.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So if it cannot be handled, then ideally, in a perfect world scenario, we want to make sure that we have another setter join in right besides you, right? So we need another DM setter. The second thing that I'll like to discuss is, do you have a workflow? Do you have some sort of I don't know, maybe a routine that you follow? That okay, this many hours a day I would do this in the starting of the day, in the middle of the day, this is where my time would be allocated. By the end of the day, this is what I would be doing. Do you have that, or is it like that's freestyle? Like what's happening?
Acha sahi. So it's like basically that once I start my day, I first reply, I first do all the outbounds and inbounds and make sure that I've sent out all the messages, and then over the day I just progress the conversation
Okay.
and follow up in the middle. So I try to follow up with 50 to 60 leads every day, which I feel like can be done up to 100 because we've got a lot of leads, and yes, we need another setup.
Yeah. Um, do you have all of that within your Google Calendar or some sort? Or is it like all mental? Okay, start your day by this, then follow up middle of the day, then this. Or do you have like
No,
maybe
it's actually नहीं. So basically, I make a checklist of things that just say that I have to do XYZ stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, and then I just do it and just tick mark. But nahin, it's not in one Google Calendar.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I would recommend you. If you can do like I have an entire schedule that covers exactly what I would be doing. Like this is the time where I wake up, by the way, right at like 2 p.m. mark, I'm awake and kind of doing my thing. These spots are open because these are for my calls and all. And then this is where I typically end my day, right? So I know exactly what's going to be happening in my day. The thing about routines and schedules is you either control your own day or your day controls you,
Yes.
right? That's the basics of it. You either control the day or the day controls you, and you just kind of go ahead with it. But I'll recommend you is also creating some sort of a schedule around how you should be allocating your time towards setting and these platforms, including IG, FB, and TikTok. If IG has given you the most amount of results, then you just want to stick with IG for the most part of it. And this is what I would do if I were you. At the start of my day, I would go into IG. Like I would, by the way, I would, if you have like, if your dashboard looks like this, clean it up,
It doesn't. Okay.
right? Yeah, it's for me it does. But if you have a dashboard like this, clean it up. Let's make sure we only have four things up there or five: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, script, call booking. These
Yeah,
are
that's
the
all.
only five things you should have up there.
And
Once
yeah,
you, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I'm sorry just to cut you off. Yeah, so over TikTok, it's like we don't have a lot of leads coming in from TikTok. It's like two, three in like 2, 3 days, maybe. So it's like,
Yeah,
the
bro,
volume is like very less. It's
bro,
not.
I don't think so. So if that's the case, then I don't think so. It's like it's a lead flow issue because you have a lot of leads, but at the same time, I feel like you're just not maximizing everything and you're very scattered, which shouldn't be the
Over,
case, right?
like, over which platform?
Yeah, with
Specific.
no platforms overall setting and your daily flow, right? I feel
Okay.
like you just don't know how you should do it. So have just those five things open: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram,
Yeah.
the Calendly link, and your script. The next thing you need to make sure is at the start of each day, typically what I would recommend you is in the beginning of your day at like 2 p.m. our time or 3 p.m. our time when these Americans are sleeping, you reply to all the leads and you get it out of the way. So you clear the entire inbox on Facebook, on IG, on TikTok. So by the time when these leads wake up and start responding to you, guess what? You have a clear inbox on all the platforms and all you need to do is respond back to them.
Achha, so, like before 8 a.m. Eastern, which is like 6 p.m. our time, I should clear the inbox, one, and secondly, I should do like inbounds and outbounds as well.
Yeah, clear
Because
all the
I can,
inboxes.
yeah, because I can do it over like many chat and stuff, so it's not that
Yeah.
difficult.
So at the starting of the day, there shouldn't be a single conversation that you need to respond back to. Nothing at all. Right?
Okay.
All should be cleared. Now, when you start your day, this is where it gets fun and very effective. This is where you would start getting leads responding back to you. Now, imagine you don't have to worry about clearing off the inbox, nothing. All you need to do is as soon as someone responds back, boom, you respond back to them within 30 seconds. The sooner the better. If it's 1 second, good job. Right? Become flash. Start responding to leads as soon as they respond. And guess what? If I respond to a lead on, for sure, bro, let me send you my WhatsApp. Guess what? I'll respond to this. I'll go immediately here, see if I have here. Uh, talk soon. And then boom, I'll go back to the TikTok, see if I have anything on TikTok. And this is what I would be doing. One platform, other platform, and just being there, like actively
Yeah.
being in the DMs and talking to leads. And guess what? Within an hour or two, you're gonna have 5 to 10 people that you're in a conversation with right now that you're responding back and forth with within 30 seconds. You take an hour, 2 hours, and you book four of them, and then you just keep on doing that for the rest of your day,
That
right?
makes sense. Yeah.
This is how I would do it. It's not that difficult. Like when setters typically say it's overwhelming, personally, I never agreed with that. Personally, I it never even made sense to me because it's really not. I've worked for over like 2 3 years as a DM setter, and I always did this thing where I would clear out the inbox before the leads could wake up, right? So that would be like 4 a.m. their time, 5 a.m. their time. By the time they wake up, I just start getting responses. I start progressing conversation, and I book them in. Another thing that I would recommend you highly, Umema, is have a routine where you shut off your day at a certain hour. So it shouldn't be a case where you're working till 6 a.m. some days, and some days you're working till 4 a.m., right? Have a specific hour by which it doesn't matter if you have 25 leads sitting on the calendar or sitting in the inbox. You close your day, you call it a day, you sleep, or you enjoy and have your own time, right? So because as a DM setter, it's very
That
easy,
doesn't happen.
right? It's very easy because as a DM setter, when you're chatting with people, it could be like 4 a.m. your time, you're watching a movie, you gotta respond. You're not, you're like, you know what? Let me just respond back to this guy, right?
Yeah.
And then before you know it, you're just laying on your bed, you're unable to sleep, right? So let's make sure that you have a clear hour by which you just shut down your day, you shut down your operations, and you send your EOD and you just sleep. The other thing that I would suggest is, even as an appointment setter, I always had trackers outside what the company provided me with. I always had my personal trackers. Not because I wanted to look like some Turam Khan in front of them, but it was more of a case of like, I want to make more money, right? And the only way I can make my money is by having these leads. Just to give you an idea, I had a tracker in which like when a lead comes through, we typically mark it as a lead, right? When we propose a call, it becomes call proposed. But between the leads and the call proposed stage, typically you figure out if a lead is a good fit or not. So I even had a qualified tag where I would just put qualified people and I would follow up with them more because I was like, these might close, right? So have your own separate trackers, have your own separate data, and that's gonna help you a lot. And I typically just go back to my own thing. This is these are my trackers, by the way. I have a daily tracker. I have a post tracker that I just created today. So I have a post tracker, I have a daily tracker, I have a tracker dashboard, and a lot of other trackers that are happening on the back end, right? And I don't even do a job. Still, I have so many trackers because you need the data to figure out what's working or what's not working. Does that make sense, Umema?
Yeah, obviously that does make sense. And for the company, um, they have provided me obviously with a tracker, and I have my own tracker as well where I track my numbers on my own end. But I would say I will make another tracker where I just track all those leads separately, like just from
Yes.
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, so I can just see and calculate the volume. The business owner was like, yeah, that they will provide me with that tracker, but why not? I can just do it on my own.
Yeah, I mean, do it on your own, bro. Treat it like your own department, right? It's like it's literally been handed to you. Like you, like that's what I was
Right now,
explaining to
that's
Ivika. Like, can I trust? And but these business owners are too sweet, man. If I ever hire a DM setter and they're not doing what they're supposed to, then they're fucking up. I'm gonna let them go within a minute. I wouldn't even spend a thought on it. I wouldn't even feel bad about them, right? And that's what every business owner should do because they've literally trusted you with their DMs, and you're not doing the best that you can do, right? So let's make sure we step up and we do what we're supposed to do. Make sense?
yeah, it does make sense. And yeah, one more question.
Yep.
Okay, so we were having a conversation with the CEO like last week on Thursday, right? And she was like, that why not we start a Facebook group? Like we
Yeah.
do have, like Michelle does post over Facebook, and we do generate revenues through Facebook.
Yeah.
And because there are a lot of leads which are qualified, and mostly the leads over Facebook are the people who are old and they've got
Yeah.
money, and they're a perfect fit for our program as well, right?
Yep.
So we've got people coming in from there as well. So we had this idea of starting a Facebook group, and she was like, you know what, you will be the one who will be handling it from start to end. And even like if I look at it right now, all the DMs, like I am the only one who is in the DMs right now, so I can always step up with everything.
For
So with
sure.
Facebook, I'm not sure on how these Facebook groups work, but I really
Yeah.
want to give my input as well. So
Yeah.
anyone who works with Facebook groups, even you, so please
Yeah.
give me some ideas.
Absolutely. I mean, this would be a great connection if you could make it happen, but if Michelle needs help with creating Facebook groups, get her in touch.
Okay, perfect.
We wouldn't even charge. I wouldn't even charge anything because the connection is far more better for me and for my students. But if she needs help with Facebook group, just get her connected. And I think I've really nailed down. Like I literally have entire like how to set up your group and everything. Like I have the entire frameworks, everything that she can literally just take out and start implementing within her own business, and she should be able to see the results.
Okay,
Makes
perfect.
sense? Sounds good. Uh, anyone else? Does anyone else have any questions?
Okay, so I needed a bit of advice on something.
Okay.
So I have been working with Lewis for the past 5 months at this point. And
Okay.
what's happening now is because he launched this new funnel, it did not work. It's been around 10 days and that did not work, so we're stopping it here. And we were on a call, and what I suggested, it was supposed to be a free test for people to check if they have any deficiencies.
Yeah.
And what ended up happening, instead of us getting to our target audience, we started getting patients with Crohn's disease and like
Oh shit.
serious health problems. And our coaches are not really qualified to deal with
Yeah.
all of that because they're not experts on that. Now, instead of shutting that down entirely, what I suggested is that he should probably turn it around to something else. Because for the past 1.5 months, I've been telling him that fat loss has been the biggest game changer for us. People who have around 25 to 30 lbs of fat to lose are the clients who close for above $3,000. And I have been telling him the same thing for the past few months, and he hasn't really been listening. But now, since that didn't work, he has decided to change it. I've asked him to add in fat loss questions and just relate it to fat loss and weight loss as a whole, the test itself, for
Yeah.
him to change questions within that. And he's agreed to do that, so he's been working on that. Besides which, I have been, because the only reason I am here, this is on paper a great offer, but I'm not making a lot. I average around 1.7 to 1.8K a month.
Yeah.
That's with the base included, which is not a lot. I could be making more. But if I manage to scale him, which
Yeah.
I have been trying, if this fat loss guide, this works, and if we end up getting more closes, the next thing that I am planning is creating a document to really go into detail of what's been working the best, and really double down on it.
Yeah.
So if we, for all the closes that are above $3,000 to $5,000, I'm planning on creating a detailed document and finding similarities so we have patterns to look for.
Yeah. Really
Uh,
good.
So, is there another way to go about this? Because I'm planning to collaborate with our closer to
Yeah.
do this. I haven't really mentioned this to anyone yet. This is
Yeah.
what I'm planning if this works in the next 15 days. So that's the only reason. If I can manage to scale him, that's why I'm staying on this offer, which is why I have been waiting and I haven't been applying to other offers as of yet. So, is there a better way to go about this?
There
Something else
is.
I could be doing here.
There is. Getting a new offer. That's where at least I would recommend you. You have some good amount of experience,
Hmm.
right, as a DM setter. Working and trying to scale this company is, so there are a few things, right? Number one is you can of course scale them, right? But that's a big question mark, which
Yeah,
is
I don't even know how to scale them. I just have
exactly,
noticed a few patterns, and if that works, it works, but it's on a whim. I'm not sure if it
exactly,
will.
exactly, right? So you're almost doing the job of the business owner as a
Mhm.
DM setter, whereas you're supposed to handle the DM. He's supposed to fucking scale the company and do what he's supposed to do, which he's clearly not doing as well as he should be. Which means you can either spend your time here, you can do that, but again, it's a big question mark. It might not work. You might spend like 6 months. You might gain a bit of experience with like problem solving. You know how to catch on patterns. Again, some good characteristics. It's not an entirely negative transaction, but again, there's a big question mark with it. The second thing is, even if you do scale them, it's not your home, right? And I say that because it's most likely your first or second offer. It's not your home, right? You are not a W-2 employee, you're just a contractor, which means even if you scale them up, even if you spend a lot of time with them, there's a high likelihood that if something go wrong, they would be more than okay with letting you go. Now, you go from scaling a company, putting in your a lot of efforts into it, to not having a job and being like, what the fuck just happened with me? right? And that happened with me. I helped a guy, Mike Sancho, almost generate 470K a month consistently from leads that were 2 years old, completely dead, built an entire team. On a Sunday, I spent like 12 hours, did like 400 or 500 dials for him. Woke up on Monday and I was I was kicked out from the team, right? So there's a high likelihood that, it's not your home, just an
Mhm.
offer. And even if you scale them up, potentially, let's say things get 10x, like let's say things get like 3x better, which means you go from making, 2K a month to like 3x better is like should equal to like 6K a month in commissions for you.
Yeah.
Now, again, we need to keep in mind there's a question mark. It's not your home. Plus, we have no idea on the timeline, which means it can take 2 weeks, 2 years, or 2 months. Or the second approach is now the good things, of course, I just pin down the negatives of it. The good things is you're going to build some characteristics. The longer you work, it looks very good on resume,
Yeah.
right? I
He has
work
a
with this
very big
company
team. He's one
for
of the biggest fitness influencers in this space.
exactly right. So you build the characteristics. The longer you work, it looks very good on resumes. I worked with this guy for like 8 months or a year before I left him. It's gonna help you build connections, right, with the closer. The more you work with Lewis together, the more you work with the closers, you're going to build connections. So those are the good things, but these are the negative traits. The second option that you have is find a new role in a new niche. Maybe try some e-commerce, maybe try some YouTube automation. Get a hang of something new, right? Or if you want to stick with the fitness niche, you can do that as well, but go and explore. You might find something that you might prefer to do more than the fitness niche.
Yeah, I agree with that. If I go for another offer, it's probably going to be something else rather than just
Yeah.
fitness.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
this is what I would do is I would keep on jumping on interviews with a lot of different guys, but I wouldn't join any of them until if they're paying me at least $1,000 base,
okay.
right? You have the experience, you're good. So I wouldn't join any. The good thing is you have Lewis, so you're making money, right? You could do your things with him. You could try to scale him up, but keep on looking for more offers. Keep your options open. Do not close them off. Keep on doing what you're doing. And the moment you find an offer that's paying you like anywhere between 1 to 2K a month base and plus commission, and it's a solid offer, leave Lewis, jump on with them, and you'd see your income skyrocket. Make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Absolutely. We have about 7 minutes, guys. Does anyone have any other questions before we close down the session? Rotami, do you have a question, bro? Rotami is enjoying his vacations, man. He's having a great time with his family. Yeah, I guess no more questions then. But yeah, guys, this was the session for today. It's recorded, so
Hello?
yo, Rotami, what's up, bro?
I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I had that. Not yet enjoying my vacation. I'll do that later. So mine is how well do you use AI to maybe answer questions? Because I use it very well sometimes just to, well, how well do you use it? And do you keep retraining it or it's just once when you drop the main things, or do you keep retraining it? And how do you fine tune it to always give you like very good answers and maybe human answers? Yeah.
I don't use AI. Exactly, such a secret, right?
Okay.
I don't prefer using AI. I am I'm very good in, like, I wouldn't say naturally, but again, it's like a skill that took me some time to build. But I don't prefer AI. Like, I mean, you could, give them scripts, you could give them systems, you could train them up, which I can help you with through prompting and everything. But at the end of the day, I just don't prefer it. I feel like
Okay.
because I feel like it's ineffective to some extent because you need to go to ChatGPT or some other AI. You need to do the prompt. You need to get the answer. You need to copy it. You need to come back. You need to paste it and then send it. Whereas if you work on your creative thinking skills and you get really clear on what your framework looks like, you can literally just jump on any conversation. Doesn't matter what they say. You would write a very fucking good answer just because you have really absorbed the framework and how it works.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So what I would
Okay.
suggest you is focus on that. How do you do that? We can discuss that in the next section, next session. I can walk you over that exactly. How do you build those creative thinking skills? What framework to go with, and how do you absorb the framework in the first place? So
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
for sure, bro. Another thing that I would suggest to the setter that are on offers, please feel free to bring your uh, conversations so we can have some sort of a QC session. The other setters are going to learn, you're going to learn, we're all going to improve together. But besides that, keep me updated with the progress. Maida, congratulations. I feel, based on what I know, you're most likely going to be onboarding with an offer today or tomorrow that puts us at 100% success rate if we remove the people that joined us last week, which is Ivika and Shane and Rotami. But besides that, bro, we are absolutely fucking crushing it. I'm really looking forward to helping you guys land good roles soon as well. Keep me updated, keep crushing it, and you guys got it. If you have any questions, I'm just a text away. Have a good one, boss says. Bye.